Hello everyone, my name is Vince. Welcome to Yin Yoga. For this class, you'll need props like bolsters and blocks. I'll try to come into a comfortable seated position. Try to notice your emotions. Usually, our emotions are a result of our motion or movement. So as we try to relax and settle in, try to do a checkpoint of how you feel in the present moment. You will try to cultivate awareness, consciousness, stillness. Notice what is present right now. Observe thoughts, feelings. Not all emotions need to be strong or overwhelming or obvious. Many times the emotions that we are feeling are so mild that we don't even notice that they exist. But they are present when we are actively aware. So how do you feel right now? This is our starting point. Whatever you're feeling right now does not determine the destination. It only means that this is how we are feeling and starting at this moment. Body, mind, and heart. We may all feel different emotions like contentment, joy, anxiety, even boredom. So whatever you're feeling, try not to judge. Try not to attach to those feelings. Just allow them to blossom and notice as they move away from yourself. Mindfulness of thinking is just recognizing that we are thinking. Mindfulness of feeling is just recognizing what we are feeling. And it doesn't have to be focused too much on the what, on the details, just the awareness. And when we watch, when we feel, you'll notice how naturally you become calmer. When we attach and do more than simply watching what is arising in thoughts and feelings, we get caught up with it. We struggle with it. And then that thought and emotion creates emotional responses that are manifested somewhere in our body. And then there's that vicious cycle, the mind affecting our emotions affecting our body affecting the breath, and then the breath affecting the mind. Just try to notice, be aware, and be conscious. We'll progress into our practice. We'll place our legs in front of us. Try to imagine your heels moving away from you and the buttocks trying to move back. We're going to allow ourselves to fold forward We're going to allow ourselves to round our spine. And then when you notice spaces in between your upper body and your legs, try to gather as many props as you would need to plug on those spaces. So you can place a pillow or a bolster in between your belly and your thigh. You can place another bolster or pillow on top of your knee. If you need more props, you can gather more pillows or a block. And just try to support your forehead. Just try to soften. As you fold forward, try to notice how you're able to find your edge. You're able to find that position and shape wherein your body has stopped. But you're not pulling, you're not pushing. You can actually just leave your arms beside you, palms facing up. You don't need to really exert any energy in doing. We're not trying to come low. We're not trying to move towards your toes. We're just folding forward to give our whole backside a nice stretch and stress. Please try to notice your breath. Try to feel the sensation that this shape is bringing your body. Can you also try to bring your awareness to your mind? Can you describe the thoughts that are passing through the mind? Can you identify the feelings that are arising? Put a word on those feelings. Try to identify them as part of being heart aware. So in this simple shape, we're able to stretch our body. We're able to stress the important ligaments, especially on the spine, throughout our legs. We're able to improve our mindfulness, our ability to be in the moment, right here, right now, with nothing to do, nothing to attain, nowhere to go, just staying and feeling and watching. If there are areas in the body where you find and discover tension, tightness, try to direct loving kindness and compassion on these areas of your body. Treat your body as your friend, your best friend. How can you serve your body? How can you love your body? Gratitude for this time that we're able to spend with our body. Whenever we love something, whenever we love even people around us, the best language of love is to share time. And so we share time with ourselves, invest time with ourselves. Take an inhale, slowly energize your hands, and we're going to roll ourselves up. And then very, very gently, we'll make our way to lie down on our back, vertebrae by vertebrae. Excuse me, Basco. Try to rest the head, rest the shoulders. Feel the length of your spine. Try to rest your hands, your arms, your legs. Feel your bones heavy. Feel the release in the body. Can you please bend your knees, step the feet on the mat, take an inhale. Can you lift your hips up and can you transfer your hips to the left side of your mat? Try to make sure that both of your buttocks are flat on the mat. And then can you slowly extend your legs to the lower right side? You can adjust the hips. Just try to feel the stretch on the left side of the thigh. Bring your arms up overhead and your right hand grabs the right wrist. So your right hand grabs the left wrist or the left elbow and points your arm towards the upper right. Try to relax your neck. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the left armpit. You want to try to feel a stretch on the sides of your body, the left side of your body. So earlier we gave very healthy stress to our spine in that forward fold. This time try to notice how this lateral side bend feels for the spine. Try to trace the sensation where you feel the stretch on the whole left side of your body. Perhaps you're feeling this on the IT band, the left side of the thigh. Earlier we gave stress to the back of your legs. This time notice how it feels to stretch the sides of the legs. What can you notice about the stretch on the side of the belly, the side ribs, the armpits? Notice that it's not just on the surface layer of our body, the left side of our body, that there is that stretch. It goes very deep, stretching even our organs on the left side. The connective tissues. And then notice the massage through compression on the right side of your body. Just relax and let go. Notice your breath. Observe the mind and the heart. What else can you notice within you? Do you feel your heart beating? Do you feel the expansion in your belly, the rib cage, the collarbone as we breathe on this side bend? Slowly we'll allow our arms to come back to center. Slowly and gently followed by our legs. And then can you try to hug your knees to your chest? And we'll release this pose. will allow our body to rebound. Can you slowly, please, step your feet on the mat? Take an inhale. Can you lift your hips up to transfer your hips to the right side? The key in this banana sana shape is that both of your buttocks are flat on the mat. Now please extend your legs to the lower left side. Can you bring your arms up overhead and your left hand grabs the right wrist, points your arms to the upper left. So both your legs and your arms are on the left. The hips remain on the right. Where can you introduce softness in the body? The feet, the legs, the belly, the chest, the arms. Can you try to relax your face? Can you try to relax your neck? What can you notice about your breath? What can you notice about the heart? What sensations can you feel in the body? Try not to work too hard on finding these inner sensations. When you exert too much effort, it's also not good. It means you're struggling. Just be aware of whatever is possible for you to sense and be conscious of. What we do not discover is not meant for the moment. But what we are conscious of and aware of is really part of how our inner wisdom and intelligence communicates with us. That's why in each and every one who is in this pose, this experience will be different. The body will feel this shape in different ways depending on one's biology and biography. Biology would be defined as the peculiarity of your body, skeletal variation. It's like our thumbprint, which is different in all human beings. Biography would mean our background, how we have been using our body ever since we were born. The combination of this biology and biography would determine the limitations and abilities of our body, our strengths, our weaknesses. And this strength and weakness is what sets us apart from others, the source of our uniqueness and what makes us special. And it doesn't mean that we are superior or inferior to others. It just is. We are all breathing the same air. The same energy is flowing through us, a sign of our connectedness as human beings, our equality. We are all enough because we are enough. Slowly bring the head, the arms back to center, gently followed by the legs. And then can you please hug your knees to your chest? Can you try to place your right ankle on the left thigh or left knee? Can you try to grab either the back of your left hamstring or the top of the left shin with the left hand and try to thread your right hand and arm in between your legs and allow your right hand to meet the left. As we come into this thread the needle shape, try to rest your head on the mat, or if it's more comfortable to place a pillow, a bolster, a rolled up blanket or towel under the head for support. The closer your left knee is to your chest, the more you will feel this hip opener, this stress that works very deep into the connective tissues of our hips, our glutes. Try to relax and soften. You don't need to constantly be activating and pulling. Once you find your edge, please try to soften, try to relax. Maybe you can ask yourself again, how do you feel right now? Yoga is the cessation of the fluctuations of the mind. When the mind is still, one is doing yoga. Try to notice the relaxation, the stillness. Notice how we're able to destimulate your usually overstimulated nervous system. How we're able to calm and relax our being. We stay in poses in Yin Yoga for around 3 to 5 minutes. And during this time, we allow our tissues to simmer, to marinate in our blood. We try to give that healthy, good stress to improve circulation of blood, gas, oxygen throughout our tissues. To try to help release tightness, to try to lubricate these precious joints. What can you feel in the body? What can you observe in the mind? What can you feel in your heart? Well, slowly now, allow our left foot to land on the mat. And then very, very gently, we'll allow our legs to come down on the left side until the right foot touches the mat. Now notice here the stretch, the continued stress on the outer hips. Arms can be beside you like a letter T or up and overhead. We are in this twisted roots. Just try to relax your face. Try to relax your neck. Notice the sensations. Notice the feelings. Observe the patterns in the mind. It's good to try to listen more to our inner selves, to our inner wisdom, what we want authentically. It's good to try to be honest to ourselves, to be connected, to really feel. Many times the problem, even in our environment, is that disconnect between what's real. There's that delusion. Hopefully, we try to address any of that disconnect in our relationship with ourselves. We try to be connected. We try to be real. We're all fully deserving of happiness and love. We should like ourselves. We should trust ourselves. A lot of times how we feel inside is a result of what happens around us. But really, when we connect within ourselves, we realize that a lot of things around us are not really our fault. So it's good to try to let go, just try to release, forgive and accept those feelings, those emotions, all of those thoughts that we cannot process. Times like this, when we're able to quiet down, reconnect, are good ways to try to balance all the noise that is happening around us. Just let go and release. Just take this time to connect within. Take this time to just slow down, press that pause button, and use this time to care for ourselves. Notice how this twist felt. Notice if there's any other part in the body where you can introduce softness. Maybe the face, the neck, the chest. Slowly bring the arms beside you. You can try to help your legs and your knees slowly come back to center. And then just step your feet wide apart as we gently windshield wiper our knees from side to side. You can close your fist and try to just massage the sides of the hips and the buttocks, the glutes. And when you're ready, can you please place your left ankle above the right thigh or right knee? Try to bring that right knee closer to you. Right hand goes over to the right side, behind your leg, on top of the hamstrings, or on top of the right shin. And then the left hand and arm threads in between your legs, meets your right hand, and just relax here. If this is too much for you, you can try to place a prop. Could be a bolster or a pillow, and step on that prop. If there's a wall, you can also step the right foot on that wall. If you need support for the neck, again, you can place a pillow, a bolster under the head. The priority is really self-care. We're all doing this to serve ourselves. A little discomfort might be normal as we try to find our edge, but suffering is optional. Suffering is our outlook, our mindset, how we react and respond. The stress that we are applying on the outer hip tries to allow us to remove deposits, detoxify that area. We're trying to stress these underutilized parts of our body where there are dense concentration of connective tissues, to try to untangle these deep connective tissues so we can regain our range of motion and reduce stiffness. A lot of us are really tight on the hips. So here we allow our joints to be given space. We allow that stress to try to lubricate the hips, to make it stronger, to give it that healthy stress that it needs. Notice how you're able to relax and calm your nervous system. Notice how you're able to improve the circulation of oxygen, blood throughout your body and into the brain. The stress that we're giving to our joints are believed to have anti-aging effects. Make our joints moist versus brittle and dry. Makes our joints pliable. Just relax the face, relax the neck. As you turn inwards, just try to release and let go. Just soften. And just try to be conscious of where you feel, what you feel, and how you're feeling. We'll slowly allow the legs to come down on the right side until the left foot touches the mat. You can bring your arms out to the sides or up and overhead. Do you feel the tension on the outer left hip? Do you feel the stretch on the left side of your body? The higher your right knee is, the more that you will be feeling the stress on the outer left hip. The deeper the stress will be. Enjoy this moment with yourself. Enjoy the breath. There's always something in our lives that we can be thankful for. And this quiet time allows us to really open our hearts. And even if our eyes are closed, try to be more aware of how lucky we are, how blessed we are. All the miracles of life that are happening within us and outside of us. How the body is so intelligent and loving. How it is able to heal, strengthen, recover. We appreciate as well the love of people around us, people always willing to help. See where else you can try to find softness, as if notice the intensity of the stress on the outer hip becoming more and more prominent as we stay here, as we allow our joints to really simmer into our blood, into all the natural lubricants in our body. Try to relax your face, relax the neck. Try to relax the body. And just notice and feel. Our muscles love movement, rapid movement, dynamic motion. Our joints, they enjoy these long static holds. It's not healthy for us to repeatedly and quickly move our joints. We improve their health through these long static holds. And that's the reason why we stay here for a long time. Improving the health of our spine joint, of our hip joint. These areas of our body run the risk of damage and injury when we move them quickly. It's like a credit card or any of those brittle cards. If you move them quickly from side to side, chances are one of these days it'll break. Slowly bring the arms beside you and we'll very, very gently try to bring our knees back to center. Very gently, and we're going to hug the knees to our chest. You can move and create circles with the knees, clockwise, counterclockwise. Try to step the feet on the mat. Try to lift the hips up and bring your hands behind you. We'll just come into this opposite stretch. And then bring the hips back down on the mat. We're going to come into a recline twist on the right side. So you can try to grab your blocks. You can place your pillows or bolsters. You can place a bolster under your knees as you slowly bring the knees down to the right side. You can bring your arms out to the sides like a letter T. Notice if there's a space in between your knees, you can add another prop, another pillow. You can leave your arms out to the sides like a letter T or up and overhead. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the left shoulder. Try to enjoy this twist. Try to notice the space that you have created throughout the joints. To hydrate the joints, to prevent degeneration, and to stimulate the flow of energy, or what is called different names like chi, prana. Notice the shift in how you are feeling. Compare the body, the mind, the heart to our starting point. Try to introduce softness, relaxation, love, kindness into the body. Try to discover parts where you can introduce this softness. Is the feet engaged? Can you soften the feet? Can you relax your legs and the groin? Can you relax and soften the belly? And notice how it rises with each breath, and how it releases and shrinks with each out-breath. How can you soften your shoulders, your arms, your hands? Which areas of your face will benefit from smoothening, softening, and relaxing? Notice the stillness. Notice the silence within. Do you like the serenity, the calmness? Slowly bring the arms to the sides. And very, very gently, we're going to bring our knees back to center. You can transfer your props over to the left side. And when you're ready, we're going to allow our knees to come down on the left side. You can move your hips to the right to create space. Notice if there's space in between your knees, you can place a bolster. Just extend your arms out to the sides. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the right shoulder. Or you can bring your arms up overhead. How do you feel? What emotions are you feeling or sensing right now? Many times, we feel this sadness as a result of events outside of us. The thing is, in our lifetime, what are the chances that these events outside of us will unfold not to our favor? So it means that when something does not go our way, it will always cause us sadness. So maybe we ask ourselves, does that also always mean that our happiness is unstable? That our happiness is dependent on whether things will go our way or not? How can we reach that ideal state of contentment wherein our happiness is not based on external events, but there's that constant fear, constant peace, constant serenity as a result of choice and awareness that realistically there's always that risk that things will not unfold our way. How can we insource our happiness and peace so that it's not always outsourced based on all of these external events that are beyond our control? It's good to contemplate on these beliefs as we try to take care of ourselves. Because ultimately we do things to make ourselves happy, to feel good. So happiness is not just in the mind, in the body, in the heart. It's our holistic well-being. We take care of our body so that we can be happy. We take care of our mental state, our emotional state, so that we can be happy. Slowly bring the arms beside you. We'll gently bring our knees back to center. We'll hug our knees to our chest. hug ourselves tightly. As a gesture of loving kindness and a promise to ourselves that we can choose happiness, contentment, acceptance, and forgiveness. Slowly we'll extend our legs. Our feet will be as wide as our mat. We'll come into what we call in yoga our savasana. Our arms are beside us, our palms are facing up. We take this reboot, this reset, we try to let go of the things that we cannot control. We try to focus ourselves on what we can control. And right now, what is accessible to us is our own body, our own mind, and our own heart. So as we take care of all of these within us that is within our control, puts ourselves in a better state so that we can navigate through all the externalities with a good foundation within. We rest this foundation we are aware of our foundation. Constantly, consciously aware as we relax ourselves. How do you feel now? Try to bring awareness into your body, into your heart, and into your mind. Can you introduce movements to your fingers and toes? Maybe rotate the wrists, rotate the ankles. Can you slowly bring the arms up overhead? Bring the legs together. Point the toes. Give yourself a nice long stretch. And then can you bend your knees? Hug the knees to your chest. Can you lift your left arm up? Allow the knees to come down on the left side. Use your left arm as your pillow. Enjoy this transition on the sides of your body. Slowly use your right hand, push your body and come up. We will come into a comfortable seated position. Try to notice your body. Try to elongate the spine. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. The light in me bows down to the light in you. I appreciate you and I wish you an abundance of wealth, health, happiness, peace, love, joy, all the good things to flow into your lives, into your hearts, into your homes. Please all stay safe, stay calm, stay strong. Namaste.